right, welcome back to the Wisco Wistys, um, episode 33.
Is it?
Yeah, I think so. Um,
We're 33 in, huh?
yeah,
That's
we're
that's a
33 in.
with a ton of viewers, a huge amount of subscribers. I could probably quit my
Yeah,
job at this point, right?
we have to decide on what offer we're gonna take from the ads that we've been
Yeah. Blue Chew, all them.
DMing
Yeah.
us. Yeah,
We
that's right.
our fans probably consist of what Allie's mom and shout out Allie's mom and everyone else.
Our mom. Yeah.
That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Which is sad. Speaking of family, I have an off-topic question. I just saw this on the podcast I was watching. He was talking about Chris Sims was talking about people that fake injuries to get moved up in line because they're in a wheelchair at Disneyland or something like that.
Oh,
Um, and
God,
then
you gotta be low to
I
do that.
one of my coworkers I used to work with, her daughter's on the spectrum,
Okay.
so she uses that as a. And I said, well, we could use Mason. I think that would pass. Me and Paige agreed
I
with that
always
pretty
say Allie.
pretty easily, but I was gonna ask who would actually be your person.
Allie.
You think Allie
100%.
could?
Allie says she thinks she is.
Outside
Because
of Allie, who would it be?
I just think of the Seinfeld where they're like, well, George is like, well, I've always been disabled. You know? You're pretending like you're disabled? Well, let's be honest. I've always been disabled. Um,
What about the Scott man? Could he fit into that area or is it too far gone?
he,
Or Zach? Get a little in him and then maybe he's gone.
yeah, I don't know. Probably one of those two. Yeah.
I was gonna
I'm
say
being honest.
Chuck gets a lazy eye when he's going, so maybe we could get him
Yeah.
in that point.
Just get him drunk. Get any of those guys drunk, and God knows what
Yeah.
happens.
Mm.
All right, episode 33. Today we're gonna look at like the results of the draft, NFL draft, and then maybe do a couple or just one game, I guess, but a couple draft discussions, and then we're gonna walk through some of the new uniforms that have been released from a couple teams. It's like four or so. And then
Hmm.
if we have some time, we'll talk about some b-ball.
So draft weekend, one of my favorite weekends of the year. Like we said, we went to Lambeau, 1919, right?
Yeah, that was fun.
Watched first round. That was fun. Not as packed as I thought it would be because it's Lambeau Field.
Right.
Um, did that.
Wayne
Watched it,
Larrabee, shout out to him. He's probably watching. He was there.
drinking his
Yes, like
w-
Arnold Palmer's or something.
yeah, just pound, and that other
Pound and
random
iced teas.
guy with the long
Yeah.
hair, whoever the fuck that was.
Apparently Zach knows him. In the
Like
snap that I
personally, or
sent,
like he just knew of
I
him.
sent a snap to my friends when we were in there, and he's like, "Is that blah 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 blah?" And I'm like, "I don't fucking know." The bum who looks just like a dude, random dude off the street that's next to Wayne Larrabee.
Zach just moved up the spectrum list. That's what.
Yeah, I think that's what that is. Love you,
um,
Zach.
yeah, I do love Zach. That was fun to do it there. Obviously we're not gonna. I get really pissed off looking at the draft because people grade the draft and it's the dumbest thing in the world because nobody
Yeah.
knows how good the draft is going to be
I
until
mean, you
down the
can
road.
grade. I get why they do it. You can grade based on projections. You know, like this guy's projected to be good, or this guy's projected to do
Correct,
this or
but it's
that.
all subjective of what your previous projection of when they got were they like before the
You're
drafts.
you're
So
grading
like,
them on the grades that the players got. So
yeah,
it's kind of just like, yeah. I mean, it means nothing. I'd
it's
love to
it's
look
very
back at
stupid.
like
It's
this
important to look
year's
back.
at the end of next year and be like,
Yeah,
okay, see, they gave us because I think on one I saw that they gave the Packers an A. Which
yeah,
on
and then
paper, yeah, it looks like we did a decent job drafting, but it's like, well, there's only one way to find out who makes a team, who actually contributes,
yeah,
whatever.
because if you look at Mel's best available in the thing, sometimes his 100th player is there the sixth round. And you're
Right.
like, how's that possible? Well, no one else values him as the 100th player. But then when he
Yeah.
gets picked, they're like, look at the value he got on this pick and at pick 200. Like that's just
Yeah.
dumb to me.
Yeah.
So I think the biggest storyline obviously was Michael Penix to Atlanta.
Oh,
This
easily.
has to be discussed. So we're watching the draft. The first, what is it, 7 picks go, and we pretty much called every pick.
Yeah,
Like
there was
it was
very,
chalk. It was
yeah.
very chalk.
Yeah.
And it was kind of like this is kind of, and we're waiting for trades, nothing. Right?
A lot of
Like
what was
kind of
predicted.
anticlimactic. And I'm like, well, what the fuck? And then out of nowhere, I remember I told Dad before the pick, I'm like, they brought in a quarterback. Wouldn't that be wild? And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, but there's no chance. This is defense finally. For also, what was it, 13, 14 straight offensive players or something?
Yeah.
Which is a weird trend to
And
me.
then that one reporter was like, I just got note that they might be taking Michael Penix Jr. And then that
Yeah,
got us thinking, and
Rappaport. And then
Dad's
it
like,
just went
oh,
boom.
please pick him.
Uh-huh.
Because then it affects Minnesota and then it affects
Vegas
Denver
and
and
Denver.
Vegas because they were like
Yeah.
right next to each other. And there's only two more quarterbacks left. So, and then everything trickles, like if you pick all these quarterbacks, all those linemen and other positions are going to be available to the teams later on.
Corner. Yeah.
So we were like, yeah,
It's
fuck it
rare to
up,
see
man.
Dad in public. Woo! He was
Woo!
pumped, right?
Yeah.
I
Couple glasses of
so
wine in, but yeah.
yeah. I mean we need to discuss this Penix thing because I
Yeah,
consider myself a good arguer. I like to
I'd
I
say
like
so.
to argue. I like to
Yeah.
take devil's advocate. I like to just mix it
Be a
up with
pain in the
people.
ass. Yeah.
Yeah, I like to do it and I think I'm pretty
You should
good
have
at
been a
it.
lawyer.
I just hate writing. I hate the paperwork. If I literally tried so many times beforehand, even in the not even doing it in the moment, just thinking about how I could justify this pick. If you tried to do an argument with me and I had to pick it right now, I don't know what I would do. I have
You
zero justification because it's so
for picking him?
there's yeah, for
Yeah.
taking Michael Penix. There's so many holes that I found on the opposite side that I couldn't defend it. It's so hard. It's unbelievably hard. Like the whole thing I'm hearing right now is, well, the coach thought we'll never be in this position to take a player that's that good at that high in the draft, and he wants to take his shot because he might not even be here in 4 years. And it's not about Kirk Cousins' Achilles either, though. So it's like, well,
I mean, why would you
so
even mention that
you're
then?
expecting you're going to be good with Kirk, so why would you waste the reason? Like
Yeah,
I create it doesn't make sense to me. It's so wild.
yeah, he's saying one thing, and then if he's saying that, then it can't mean the next thing that he's saying. You
Correct.
either are for, it was like when Rodgers was there and we
Okay.
picked Love, you're either for
Perfect.
Rodgers or again or for Love.
But so I
But
want
we
to
have a system, and they're like, well, he's going to be I mean, they didn't want to come out and say it, but we know he was going to be his replacement.
I
It's
want
just a
to
matter of
address
when. That's the
I want to
question.
address that though. So I wrote down all these reasons why Kirk Cousins should not.
Oh my God.
All right. But I also brought up the Aaron Rodgers situation because I think it's different, but also semi-similar.
Okay.
Okay. First of all, Kirk Cousins got a phone call and Aaron Rodgers did not. What the fuck is that about, Goody? What the fuck, man?
Yeah. This is a whole
Okay.
Drew Holiday thing, though. We don't really know what happened. Aaron could just be,
They said they didn't call him. He said he didn't get a call. It's proven he did not get a phone call.
maybe he got a text.
He did not. He was the other thing that's different. Aaron did not sign a big contract, 180 million, 100 million guaranteed
Yeah,
like
that
Kirk
same
did
year.
that same year. He also, to his standards, did not play well before that year, right? We went to the championship game, but he was a little. Now, we ended up signing him later, which is the dumbest mistake, and that's why we took a 40 million guaranteed or, dead cap hit, but different thing. Aaron was also on our team for 17 years. 18,
Right.
whatever the number. Kirk, like, I know it's a business. So, yeah, we cut him off. We said, screw you, Aaron, at the end of the day. But why would Atlanta have any loyalty to a player that joined their team 6 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago?
Right. He's
Why would
never
you
played it
expect that?
down. Yeah.
right? You've never done anything for this organization. You've just held the jersey up. You
Yeah.
haven't even strapped him up. So like to think that they would just have allegiance to him,
Is
interesting.
yeah, that doesn't make sense.
The other thing, Penix is 24, Love's 25 now.
Yeah, with a
Penix
whole
is
year, with four
yeah,
years of sitting and a year
fitting.
playing.
Penix is clearly ready to play right now. He was drafted at 8 as a player who should play right now.
Hmm.
Love was clearly a later pick and clearly a project,
Not ready to play. Yeah.
not ready to play. I think that's a difference too. We were not drafting Love to play him next year or the year after. We kind of figured Aaron would still be playing. And the last thing I think this is the one similarity that I'll fight to the end of the earth. They both organizations want to win now, but we also want to win later. We don't want to
You
go in
just can't,
all
yeah, we
they can't
can't
choose. We want to be
commit to
good.
what you want to do. Yeah.
That's the one similarity to me because you sign Kirk, you Kirk literally comes out and is like, "Yeah, I like to be on," which is ironic, but I like to be on a team that has a GM, coach, quarterback all on the same page. And then 4 weeks later, he gets that, right?
Yeah.
That's so bad. But like, they sign Kirk. He's not a top quarterback to begin with.
Right. He's
You're using
average.
a top 10 asset. You're also not utilizing like we didn't do. You didn't utilize, you're not going to utilize Penix's rookie deal. Teams win on the rookie deal. Mahomes won on the rookie deal. You win when your quarterbacks are cheap. You pay other people around it. And I just think there's that human nature of like, yeah, Kirk, here's your money. You're coming off Achilles, but we trust you. And now it's like, oh, like we've seen Kirk Cousins play. Let's say it's a Monday night and he just chokes and they're
Yeah.
2-4, and Penix is just lighting people up in
Yeah.
practice and throwing darts. Do you not start to think as Kirk Cousins like, oh fuck me? And
Maybe that's why they brought him in.
so
Shit.
you could be pushing him like Aaron got pushed, but you
Yeah.
could also be looking at it like he's going to play differently than how he should. He's not going to play free. And the teammates are going to look and go, well, that ball's way better than Kirk's. Jefferson. Come on, Kirk. Come
Yeah.
on, Kirk. That wobbler.
If
Like that's going to
wobbles or
happen, right?
sails by like 5 yards. Yeah.
And it's just I think it's a legitimate cluster fuck. It's a
Yeah.
horrible idea to me.
Well, I mean, the
I
video of the GM like trying to explain it to Arthur Smith, is it? The
Yeah.
owner?
No, no, no. Arthur Smith's the old coach.
Oh, yeah. Okay. The owner, whatever the owner's name is. Um, and he's like, you can't hear it, but you can see him. He's like, no, no, we did this and then this. And he's like trying to explain it. He's like, what? Just not good. It almost is like, I mean, you know more about the contract stuff, but it's a
It's Arthur
4 year
Blank.
contract. Okay.
Yeah,
So I was
you were
close.
there. Yeah, you were there.
It's hard to know when he's actually gonna
It's
leave. Is it gonna
so
be the 4 years or is it gonna be after two? Because it's like
it's
backloaded or
it's a
something.
it's a legitimate guaranteed one for Kirk, a max 3. So he could play max 3, minimum 1, depending on when they get out of that. Will depend on how much dead cap there is, but there's going to be dead cap no matter what. So like they fucked themselves. It makes
Yeah. So
no sense.
if you ride him out the 3 years, then Penix is 27, turning 28.
Never
Never
taking
played a. I
yeah,
mean,
meaningful snaps.
unless someone got hurt or whatever. Yeah, but or you just swallow a bunch of dead cap and say we're done after 1 year or something.
Yeah, so you waste the value, you waste the asset of the contract of Penix and like let's take it this way. I thought they were going to take Byron Murphy or an edge. Well, guess what? Christian Wilkins from Miami signed for $100 million with the Raiders. Take the
Hmm.
100 million, put it towards Christian Wilkins, take Michael Penix, call it a day. Like
Yeah.
you could, it's just a misappropriation of assets. It's
Yeah.
cost opportunity, business, baby.
Hmm.
Business school taught me a lot, and it was fucking horrible. I can't believe it. People at that level, I guess the owner signed off, but
Well,
like,
yeah,
what
because
the
he's like,
fuck,
well,
man?
you guys know him better than I do, because he's just some dumb old guy with a lot of money, just like
Yeah,
half
Home
the fucking
Depot,
owners.
baby.
Is he the Home Depot guy?
Yeah,
Oh,
buy stock in
Jesus.
Home Depot. Oh, yeah, they get one of the best returns too.
Yeah, I guess.
Shout out Home
Um,
Depot. We'll sponsor.
yeah, shit. I'll wear orange.
I got to update the house.
Yeah, really. Yeah, that was a head scratcher for sure, but it definitely threw a wrench in the whole draft. But
It that was weird. The other thing that I noticed people talking about was Dallas's draft was just kind of like they had so many needs. Like at running back, he talked about Jonathan Brooks. He really wanted him, and then he gets taken like 10 picks before him. And
yeah,
like then they could have taken the USC guy that we had, and it was like clearly like that's the guy. Nope, didn't. They just signed Zeke Elliott. You think Zeke Elliott's the answer?
yeah.
It's
They
not.
didn't
I
sign
don't.
him before he went to the
Yeah,
Patriots,
for a
and now he brings
reason,
him back. It's like, oh,
right?
great. Now he's a year
All
older and
in.
slower. Yeah,
I just
that's a
Dallas's
dumpster
draft
fire
was
too.
like just kind of
Well,
confusing to me.
Jerry's starting to slip. Did you hear one of the interviews? He's like,
The
we're
the
picking
top
24th or
yeah,
whatever. He's
oh
like, so that
dad
means there's 24 teams. Or he's like, that we're
no,
better
he said
than 24
we're the
team. We're the
24th
24th
best team.
best team. Yeah, it's like,
I
what?
said that quote to
No.
dad and he looked at me, he said, "Who said that?" I said, "We're the 24th best team." He goes, "Jerry Jones?" I said,
Yeah,
"Yeah." And he's like, "Oh
slipping.
God." So all weekend he was saying Cahoon and 24th best team. Cahoon and 24th best team all weekend. It's hilarious. I he
Yeah.
looked and then the
I mean, how
Eagles.
old is he? He's 80 something.
Yeah, I think he's like 83 or something. I mean, he's pushing to get a. That's why people are like, "Oh, he wants a Super Bowl before he
Man.
goes." But I'm like,
Well,
"Does he?"
before he
I think
goes,
he.
before he dies, you mean?
Yeah, that's what I.
Jesus.
Yes,
83-year-olds.
death is
I'm
inevitable.
sorry, grandma and grandpa, if you are watching. But this goes for them too. I don't think they should be presidents. I don't think they should be NFL owners.
No, they should. There's a lot those people should not do because
Yeah.
it's not. It ain't it.
Driving.
It ain't
Yeah.
it, Chief.
But it's not your fault. It's just aging, man. It happens. Like,
Correct.
that's why you just got to ride it out into the
I don't think
sunset,
I'm gonna
man.
even get to 83. I'll buy
I
like
hope I don't.
70.
I hope I'm
I'm
done by
gone.
80.
Yeah, I told Paige if I get to 70, it will be a miracle.
I told you I'm wearing diapers prematurely. I'm not shitting myself in public. I swear to God.
Oh my God. Okay. Anything
Uh,
else?
no.
Six quarterbacks in top 12 was kind of crazy too, though. I
Yeah.
did not. The over under was 4.5. I did not see that coming in. I think I won like six out of my eight picks
Nice.
that I put in,
That's not bad.
but I did not win the Packers defensive lineman. That kind of screwed me. But
Yeah, whatever.
otherwise, I
Can't
think
win
it
them
was a good
all.
draft. It was entertaining. What
Yeah, it
did you
was
think
fun.
about
I had
the
it on all
Packers
weekend.
draft? That's what
I
we'll
like it. I
finish
mean,
with.
you know, I I agree with the grade that we got. We got an A, I think, but it's all based on paper. On paper, looks like we filled the holes that we needed. Three safeties. Did we pick or two? I know for sure
Three,
two. I think it
three,
was three.
three.
I don't know if one of those guys like is kind of will kind of play somewhere else if he makes a team or whatever.
If
But
so, I
yeah,
guess a couple of them can play slot corner, which
yeah,
helps. And then if we've learned anything with Goody, when we have a major need, he just pushes the chips with like we
yeah.
drafted
Like
three
the tight
wideouts.
ends. I'm
We
just gonna get
drafted two
Kraft
tight ends.
and Musgrave,
He
and they
just
both end up
swings.
being great.
He's
Yeah,
he's like, I'm gonna take four lottery tickets and hope I get 1 to 2 hit instead of
yeah,
picking one and hoping like the Bills pick Keon Coleman. We're like, yeah, fuck it, that's our wideout. It's like, no,
yeah. Well, then
you
I
should pick
hope he works
four of
out.
them, right?
Yeah,
Because he might get hurt, and what are you gonna do,
right.
right? So I
I
think
think we
that's
probably
a
should have.
smart
We could have
strategy.
picked a receiver.
I wanted us to. That's my only issue. I think we're
You
getting a
know,
little. The room is so great, they're so we don't
I
have
mean,
a stud.
I do like, but all our guys have so much potential. But that we're just riding on those guys actually reaching that potential or taking that next step this next year. Like Dontavian
Correct.
Wicks looked pretty good. He's got some flashes of Devontae in them. If you watch
He does.
it's like, oh man, if he can even get to like three-quarters of Devontae, I'd be happy. If Christian Watson stays healthy, he's a deep threat. If Romeo Dubs is just solid, um,
But that's the
Jaden
thing.
Reed is a great slot guy, and it's like these
Stud.
guys all just have to keep taking that next step up. And if they do, we're fine. It's
But
just
you
once you
You
get
also
hurt, it's
have,
like
yeah,
whatever.
injuries, and Dobbs and
And
Watson
it's
are
never bad to,
gone in 2 years. You got
and
to
that's what I was gonna say.
replace.
They're all kind of the same age, and we picked them in the same year, those two guys. So it's like you either have to sign both of them, or you you have to like stagger your picks. So you have like one
That's
guy
the trouble
is
of
leaving there,
getting,
one guy's
yeah,
leaving there. So then as time goes on, you always have to like figure out one more thing. You can just fill spots here and there. But
yeah.
it's
Because if
obviously easier said than done. That's the only
I
thing
agree,
I had. I really like the linebacker from Texas
Cooper,
A&M.
he's
He looks
his
like a
film,
beast.
isn't he? He's
Next to
everywhere.
Quay, I'm like, oh, that's gonna
Okay,
be amazing. It's
did
like
you see any of his highlights? Did you see how fast he is?
he is fast. I was watching him today actually, and I'm like, damn, that's gonna be great next to Quay. We went from like the whitest linebacker room to like the
Thug,
darkest, most
thug.
athletic. Yeah, just
We drafted
straight.
like one white guy. I'm just putting that out there. The quarterback, like
I
that was
know.
it.
And I think Alexa said we're not gonna have a single white starter.
No, the we. So I talked to her about that because,
I'm like, even our offensive line, it's gotta be
yeah.
an
So,
offensive line guy that's white.
well, okay. First of all, hold
If you
on.
even count them.
I'll get to that. So the Cooper is. I love him. That's my favorite pick so far.
Yeah.
He was so fun to watch. Did you know he ran like a .01 faster 40 than Quay, and Quay's like 20 pounds heavier. Like Quay,
Damn,
and
Quay's fast.
I know I
That
did
means
not
Quay
realize
is
how.
fast. Yeah.
I was gonna say whole because that kid looks fast on this what I've seen.
Yeah.
Cooper. I was like,
Yeah.
Quay
But
ran
he
a
does look
what?
thinner. And I'm
He's
not saying he's
thinner, right?
skinny, but he's
No,
just,
but if you
I
put him and
mean,
Quay next to each other, you'd be like,
Quay's,
oh, Quay's
but
thick.
it's good to have, I mean,
You
speed is
need
great
different
in
types.
both, but it's good to have like
You need to lock up in
leaner
there.
guy and
Yes,
a bigger guy.
but we might not have a white. We Van Ness is our white guy
Yeah, but
on
if
the
he
edge.
starting though, let's talk about starters. Is he going to
So
start over Preston Smith maybe?
next year if Preston's gone, so he would be our one. But offensively, if Josh Myers leaves, okay,
Yeah. Yeah.
Zach Tom plays center.
Mm-hmm.
Elton's left. Let's say Morgan's left tackle. So left guard, left tackle. So that's black, black, black. And then we have Sean Ryan,
Who's
who
like mixed, right?
so technically he's white. This is the one hiccup.
I'm trying to think of,
I looked this up. I'm sorry. Don't call me a racist if I say this incorrectly. I thought he was black. He has a white dad and an Asian mom. Asian looking
yeah,
mother.
so he's
So
not
he's
black.
technically white, but or you could call him Asian, so he's not white because we call
But
halfies not
when
black
you
and they're
think
white.
about it,
But
like,
and then the right tackle is going to be black. So we are all
right,
out. Jordan
that's
Love, black. Christian Watson
love.
looks white, black.
Yeah, he's just
Like
lighter skinned.
the tight end. So it's
We've
the tight ends
completely
and those
flipped
two.
the script, man. No more whiteys up here in Wisconsin except for
It's
us.
so nuts.
But I
Got a
mean,
bunch of halfies.
race is a spectrum. If anything's a spectrum, race is a spectrum. Because did you see the video of that guy on the Knicks, that tall center on the Knicks?
Yeah, he thinks he's
And
like a
he's like, yeah, I'm not a light skin, I'm a bright skin. Because they
yeah.
showed a picture of his dad, who's like a light skinned black guy, and then his
But
mom is white, but he looks white. I mean, he just
he
looks white.
yeah, but
But it's
he
like
acts
he can say he's black.
yeah, but he
It's
acts
just a
black more than
spectrum,
Josh
like
Hart. Yeah.
right. So it's like he can say the N word then, and people will be fine with that. That's what just doesn't make sense to me. I don't want to say the N word. I'm just saying like it's a spectrum. It's all
Well, it's a
just
double standard, yes.
relative. Yeah. And you go back far enough and then you stop in your family history. It's like we're Irish, but where did the Irish guys come from? If you keep going back in history and keep going back and back and back, you're gonna
We
get
all come from
somewhere.
something. Yeah.
Mesopotamia, whatever
Hmm.
that we learned in like
My great 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 great
geography.
great 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 could be a black. I don't
Yeah.
know.
And then
A
depending on your
black
beliefs,
African
we could all
American.
just come
Yeah.
from Adam and Eve, or we could all come from a
Correct.
freaking chimpanzee. Who knows? So
Chimp would be tough. Mom's
yeah.
got those long arms. That shows.
Regardless. Yeah. I don't know. We just got on that tangent, but yeah, we got a lot more athletic. We can at least say that.
I think
We're
it's gonna be
getting more
fun.
athletic. Yeah.
I'm excited for that, and I'm excited for the defensive coordinator. He got all the tools to the tool shed now, and now it's time to organize it and make it work. That's
I
all I'll
just hope
say.
he works out too, because it's like If
Correct.
his D just sucks, we've proven that you can draft D all day long and it's not going to matter unless you have the guy that
It's up to
gets the
him.
scheme right. Yeah.
And to me, if
He's
he
got all
doesn't work,
the pieces, I think.
LaFleur's gone. You got
Yeah.
to.
Yeah.
So now I just want to talk favorites in the draft. So landing spots, least favorite, and then our favorite. So start with favorite. Could be team draft, player, combos, whatever you're thinking. This is not a back and forth. It's just shout out anything. I was gonna say I really like Cooper DeJean and Quinyon Mitchell with the Eagles. I think it's a
Yeah,
big need.
they had a good one. Um
I liked ours. I
I
I
yeah, I was
I
gonna
did.
we spent a lot of time talking about ours, so I was gonna say ours. I thought we did a good job. Um
I personally
Favorites,
I
yeah.
personally loved the Vikings move, not JJ McCarthy specifically,
No.
but jumping up to get the edge from Bama. I liked
Mhm.
that move. I hate to say this, but I am a fan of Rome Odunze and Caleb Williams. Like
I was gonna
that's a
say
tough
that's
duo.
good. I mean, you either he was the ninth pick or something, right? You either
Hmm.
have to be like, we're protecting him, or we're gonna just fucking get him another
Go all
weapon, and
in.
then
Yeah,
it's like, hey, if you, there's no excuses now. You
just
might be running
run.
for your life, but there's no excuses with the
Yeah.
guys downfield catching balls from you. I didn't mind that. Um, I mean, I sent you that thing today with our division.
I
There's
was gonna say the
so many
Lions.
weapons. I mean, the
The
quarterbacks are
Lions.
different. Like
Yeah, it is.
Love is on the up and up. I would argue
Y-
JJ McCarthy he's got to prove something to me because I don't trust or believe in him. Um, Caleb will probably be decent, and then fucking Goff Daddy is
Yeah.
just eh. But all the weapons on each team, it's like these are pretty fucking good.
I
Every
liked the line
team has
because
a good lineup.
yeah, I like the Lions
It's gonna be a
weapons,
tough
and then
division.
they drafted cornerbacks and like they went for their
Yeah,
what they needed. So Terry and Arnold and
yeah.
they I liked theirs
Lions,
too,
yeah, they're smart. They're getting
and
smarter too.
Campbell's. Um,
Um,
least favorite
I mean, Atlanta's got to be
has
up
to
there.
obviously. I didn't.
I just
I was not a
stupid.
fan of the Xavier Worthy pick. I'm gonna be right there. I don't. You're trying to replicate Deshaun Jackson maybe or Tyreek Hill, and I know Mahomes will probably and Reed will get him some cheap shit, but I see that being more John Ross than
Yeah,
Tyreek Hill. I just think it's kind of overrated. We thought Clyde Edwards-Helaire was the answer for them, and
right.
that was just a like
Yeah.
sometimes it just doesn't work. And he's so small. I could see him getting hurt a lot. That's what I
Yeah,
could
I
see.
was like, fuck, of course they got another speedster. They just always replace,
Mm-hmm.
ever since they got rid of Tyreek, it's like, okay, we just have to keep replacing guys that are super fast or whatever.
Yeah,
But I feel like they've been trying to fill that hole ever
I agree.
since. But
The other I forgot to mention, I actually did like their draft, the Jets. Offensive
yeah,
tackle, not baiting on the Brock Bowers. They went and
yep.
got a
That
wide
was
out.
smart.
They
Protect your
drafted Bray,
you're all in on
yeah,
Aaron. At least
Braylon
they're showing
Allen.
it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was kind of cool.
I
First
liked
ever
theirs.
player drafted born in the year 2004.
Yeah, that's wild.
Isn't that crazy?
That's absolutely wild.
He,
I
I think they said internet was, or no, Facebook was already a thing before he was born and stuff like that. I was like, God damn, that kid's young.
that
Well, I
is
remember him at Wisconsin. It's like, yeah, he's like 17 or 18 or something as
he's
he's
so big
starting.
too. It's weird to see someone that like jacked up at that young and
Yeah.
um
But good for
but
him. That's pretty cool.
the last one I mentioned earlier, I didn't like the Cowboys. I just
Yeah,
thought it was kind of all
Cowboys were
over the
dumb. I
place.
thought it was funny that the fucking Vikings picked a kicker
JJ,
and
yeah, and
JJ
yeah.
McCarthy. I mean,
JJ I'm not a
we
fan
picked a
of.
guy from Tulane though, that quarterback. What the hell was
Yeah,
that?
seventh round because competition,
Okay. Well,
fucker.
there wasn't
Dad's
any
huge on him.
receiver there.
Don't worry about it. Dad's huge on him.
Of course,
He thinks
yes. Did you
he likes
see
to lay it around.
he was like swimming in his pool
Yeah, he didn't give
and
a
then they're
fuck.
like, "Hey, there's a fucking phone call for you." He did not think he was getting picked. But I guess
We'll
if you
end
made it all the way to the seventh round, you're like, "There's probably a good chance I'm not getting
we'll
picked."
end this segment here. Who won Tulane? Is it Tulane?
I think it was
Tulane.
Tulane, yeah.
Guess who Tulane beat in the 2023 bowl game?
Caleb Williams
Yeah,
and
like
USC. I
45
did
to
see that. He
44.
outplayed him. I'm like, fuck yes.
He
I
didn't
love
outplay
that.
shit if you saw that. If you looked at the stats, it
He
was
would.
like
He probably just hand the ball off a
like
lot.
well, the running back had like 250 for four
Oh hell yeah.
touchdowns. He threw like eight passes for 200 yards, which is unreal.
Oh, so they're just deep balls or
And then
yaks.
and then Caleb
Yeah.
Williams had like 500 for five touchdowns and a pick, and they lost. And I was like, if
Yeah.
that's not the epitome of my football life, I don't know. But
That's
yeah,
funny.
that was it.
All right. So what's next, Cole? We're gonna play a little game here.
Yeah, you want to run through it quick?
Um, are we doing flip flop?
Back and forth.
Probably
I have a
back
trivia
and
though.
forth. Okay. So the game is we are picking from the first overall picks in the NFL draft, our favorites or best picks since the year 2000. So we have 24 to choose from, and we're just going to try and pick our favorite or best ones. What's your trivia?
How many? I don't know if this is completely up to date, but it
Didn't
looks like it is. How many number one overall picks are in the Hall of Fame?
we do this already? I thought
No.
we talked about this last week
It's
or two
first
weeks
round
ago.
versus undrafted.
Oh, so this is first
Number one,
overalls
number one overall, which is what the draft
in
entails
the Hall
today,
of Fame,
are in the Hall of Fame. I'll tell you, it's under 30,
and it's been around for how many years? Over
100.
100 years, huh? Oh boy. I'm gonna say
If you, I was gonna say if you get within three, I'll give it to you.
17.
15. Good for you.
Boom. That's my favorite number. So I'm like, the odds are it's got to be at least 10. You
Yeah.
know, that's 10%. But still, that's not a lot.
No, that's why it's kind of nuts looking at this list.
Yeah.
All right, you're up. First pick.
Okay. Let's see here.
Okay.
I'm gonna go Jamar. No, I'm just kidding.
You said
Um,
Jared Goff?
Jamarcus Russell. I am going to go. Is it
Bryce
just, are
Young?
we picking like because of their career or like the player they were?
I
You
would say
know,
so. Yeah, just what they did in the NFL, who you thought was better. I mean, just overall the better first round pick in your mind,
I'm gonna
what they've done.
go Andrew Luck.
That's the easiest
Boom,
pick.
right out of the
He's
gate.
when
He was
everyone talks
like,
about
yeah,
guaranteed prospects, it was him,
an Elway.
John Elway.
Yeah,
Yeah,
those two
that's
are
it.
like, it's a no-brainer. Like everyone's
Yeah.
saying, oh, this was a no-brainer, but there are some people that are like, oh, I don't know about
You
Caleb
don't
Williams because
you
he's got
don't
like
take
issues here and there off the field or whatever. This guy's Stanford, smart, says all the right things. He's just a nerd who loves football and is really fucking good and has all the physical attributes. I don't know how you, there's nothing
you
wrong with him.
don't
If he
you
would
don't
have
take
played
a
longer, it would have been, even better.
3-14 team to the wild card round the next year. That's Joe Burrow didn't do that. He tore his ACL, then went to the Super. He
Yeah.
took his team the next year. That year he got drafted to the wild card. Then they went to the divisional. Then they went to the champion. He's nuts. He had nothing around him. T.Y. Hilton down the field.
Another
Fuck.
fun, this is a fun fact, and now I'm starting to realize there's a trend here. Um, I found out Andrew Luck retired while I was on the toilet, just like the Kevin Ware news.
You got to get off the toilet, man.
I just gotta stay away from news when I'm on the toilet because it's usually not the best things. I remember texting Scott shortly after, like, "Yo, are you
You
okay?
okay? Yeah.
Talk to me, buddy." Yeah, I'm going Andrew Luck though, first pick.
I think that's the easy one. After that, it's kind of tough, but
Yeah, but I mean, there's some good ones.
I'm gonna take Matt Stafford, one of the most
Yeah,
underrated
that's a good one.
arm talents in the league, Super Bowl winner, not MVP. Clearly was a, I mean, he can sling it when he stays healthy. Nobody really watched him because he played with the Lions, but him and Megatron were a force
Yeah.
to be reckoned with on the offensive side.
Doing no look
Underrated.
passes
No,
before people
he
even knew.
invented that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean Favre did too, but he was all about it. Stafford's his wife's kind of a bitch, but Stafford's a good dude.
Yeah, and
Except when that lady
he's
fell. Did you see that?
totally no.
That lady in the crowd at their parade, she fell and like had to go to the hospital, get treatment. And when she fell, he saw it and just immediately turns around and walks away. Just nope, not dealing with that today.
That was like you when the person was coding at the hospital.
That doesn't happen. That never happened. Good thing I work from home.
Well, Ali always makes fun of you for that, but I'm like, in his defense,
Can we you want me to tell that story quick?
sure.
I was like, I'm not going to name the hospital or anything, but I was in the hospital. I was, part of a certain department, and like and I'm just like walking, doing something, and some guy just drops right there, boom, and
Patient or employee?
yeah, patient,
Okay.
and they're like, "Gold blue, gold blue, gold blue," and I'm like, "What?" Like, and I start hearing on the thing, and this guy's like, 3 feet away from me
Yeah.
on the thing, and I'm like, and I like kind of turned this way, and I was like, what the fuck? And I turn this way and I see a couple nurses like taking off down the hallway. And I was like, yeah, that
Nice.
seems about right. So I just
Yeah.
kind of went around and kept going because I'm like, what am I going to do in the next
That's my
20
point. I was like,
seconds?
so for anyone who doesn't know, but most people do if they're watching, because it's all the people that know us anyways. Cole's not a medical professional. He's on the business side of hospital. He's on the admin stuff. Um, so he's not CPR certified. He doesn't
Yeah.
know how to do that
Do I
shit.
do I know stand alive, stand alive?
Yeah, I mean, you know
But
basic
like,
stuff. You've seen a
but
movie, you
yeah, if I
know.
needed to give Paige
So,
CPR, I could probably figure it out, right? But
well, I yeah, you
do it
would
every
probably
other
be
night.
doing more damage than good. So it's probably best.
I
And
mean,
you're in a fucking hospital. Like
well,
you
that's
have people who are plenty
yeah,
capable of handling that. So that's what my
correct.
argument was, in your defense. So you're welcome. I was defending you.
And I'm not trying to get wrapped up in that shit. I don't want to be
No.
part of some report and oh, you busted their
Yeah.
clavicle, or like I
But you are
broke their
just so you know, you
sternum.
are protected. There is like if you were
Yeah,
trying to save someone's life,
the
if
it's
they
Good Samaritan
die,
law, isn't it?
yeah, if you break their ribs, it doesn't matter. Like you're trying to help them. So
Correct. But I don't need that fucking weighing on my conscience that I just
yeah.
in cave or you know what I mean? Just this guy's rib cage just goes into his fucking lung because I'm like,
Yeah. Some people
just
just
some
aren't made for it.
yeah. I Did mom tell you I had to save an older person last weekend? One of the neighbors. I'm not gonna
Oh, yeah,
give
yeah. You
names.
didn't save her. She just fell down. You picked her up.
Well, I don't know. She could have she dropped and hit the ground, and
Yeah.
she's like, "Can you help me get up?" And her husband's like, "Yeah, I'll help you." And I was like, "No, just move." And I picked her up, and she's like, "Oh my God, you're so strong." And I'm like, "You're like 60 pounds." I was like, "I could have thrown you across." Like, you know how delicate these old people are? I would have,
Yeah.
like, come on. I'm not giving
That's funny.
CPR. Anyways, move
That's
on.
funny. Okay, so I have my second pick now.
Yep.
I think I'm gonna go Miles Garrett. Yeah, I'm going Miles Garrett.
I think he's destined for the Hall of Fame. He's a
Yeah,
stud.
he's a beast. He didn't win Defensive Player of the Year last year, did he? Did
Last
Micah
year?
Parsons? Who was
Oh,
it?
the year before was TJ Watt.
It was Miles. I think it was Miles Garrett, wasn't it? Either way, he was in the
Yeah, it
running.
was. It was. You're
Yeah,
right. It was Garrett.
it was Garrett and Parsons. Like those were the guys that were up there.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, I mean he's a fucking beast.
he is.
So
I'm gonna go with my next pick over the other pick that I wanted to do, but I'm gonna go Cam Newton.
yeah, another
M
physical specimen
MVP brought his team to the Super Bowl. They went 15-1. Freak. No one's seen a guy like that in the league. Like
for a
the
while.
size
Yeah,
of Big Ben, but
maybe since
actually
him.
like
Yeah,
fit,
athletic. Yeah,
athletic. It's Anthony Richardson. Like that would be the only thing close to
yeah.
him now, who's
We'll see if
faster than
he ends
Cam.
up being that good, but I think Cam
Cam
threw
was
threw a better ball.
he could chuck, man. He
Yeah.
could fly. So that's what I'm gonna go with.
Are we just picking? I mean, a lot of these are quarterbacks. Can I pick another quarterback?
Yeah,
I'm
we're
just
not making a
going.
team.
I'm just going based off of my favorite guys. I'm gonna go Joe Burrow.
That's what I would go in between. I didn't know.
I mean, he's gonna be
So your last pick is Joe.
yeah, he's gonna be a
My
great
only
core. He's gonna be top maybe top five for a while.
He's great, and I love Joe. He's got such
Made
a
it to a Super Bowl. He's got a swagger. He's a good leader.
he's not afraid of Mahomes. I
No,
saw a video, I don't know what it was, and they were like, it was a video of they're like, "Are you afraid of Kansas City?" And then it was like, "Fuck no." And then saw watch it was him walking down the hallway in Arrowhead, and it just the natural like some people just got it, and
yeah, they're
he's
like,
just got it.
I'm not worried. I got this
He'll
is no
look
big
the
deal.
beast in
He
the eye
always
and be like,
steps up
"Let's
to the
go."
plate. Yeah,
He's
he's Joe
unreal.
Cool, man. He's Joe
Yeah.
Cool.
And he's got great talent around him. He's not like as talented as Mahomes, but he knows how to do it.
I
Um,
well, actually, I'll let you pick. I was gonna say it was between him and one other guy, but I don't want to steal your thunder if you pick him.
I'm gonna take Mike Vick.
That's who it was. I'm glad I didn't
Just
steal your thunder.
one of the greatest
Yeah, I mean
Madden players
t
of all time.
yeah, Matt
Unbelievable.
04 or something or 05,
Yeah.
something like that.
Un
Just
the
fucking
the
awesome.
highlights are unreal. Even in the
Yeah.
Eagles with Deshaun Jackson and LaShawn McCoy towards the end of his career,
I forgot he was
still an
number one
animal.
overall. Yeah. I mean,
Unbelievable player.
revolutionized the position. He's the Steph Curry-esque.
That's a great,
Steph
great
Curry
point. Yes.
made everyone shoot the
The running
ball really
quarterback. Yeah.
well, and now everyone's chucking balls up from, half court. Um,
Shout out Tyrese Maxey. Yes. Yeah.
yeah, that was awesome. Um, First running quarterback, like there is no Lamar Jackson without Michael Vick. There's
And
no,
he stayed pretty healthy too,
yeah, I mean,
right?
he's only 6 foot, but he was like strong enough, like
Fast as hell.
fast and shifty. Just
He's
it
got
was
a
effortless. Like guys would just
the one.
miss, and he's just carrying the ball like this. I'd be
Yeah, and
so
he.
nervous. He'd just
Oh
get hit
God.
like that, but he's just so quick, and no one can ever touch him. Yeah,
The
that's a good pick.
he if his accuracy was better, he's right up
He's
there.
got
We've
a
always had this
fucking
argument
whip too. That arm
with
is
yeah.
unreal.
So he's got the power. I'm saying the accuracy. He could be right there with Aaron as like one of the most and Mahomes is in Elway like talented ever.
Arm
Because the
talent. Yeah.
dude could run, the dude could throw, the dude could on
Yeah,
the
that's true.
run
Just
throw,
total talent.
launching it, total talent. He's nuts.
Yeah.
Like
Remember, I mean, he was
insane.
when he was at Philly and we had to go on our run to the for the Super Bowl. I was like legit. He was still like
I
pretty
was
fucking
scared.
good.
I still have
And I
memories
was
of
like,
the Monday.
fuck, he's gonna work our ass.
Yeah. The Monday
Yeah.
night, because we could never handle running quarterbacks either, so that was
No.
also a problem.
Kaepernick
But the
tore our ass up.
Yeah, fuck that. The Monday night game, I still can see it where he drops back first play action, bomb against Washington to Deshaun
Hmm.
Jackson for 80 yards on Monday Night Football. I was like, holy fuck. I think he had like 6 touchdowns that night. It was just a
Yeah.
fantasy god. He was
Yeah.
awesome. I'll take Mike Vick. That's my
Yeah.
last pick.
That's a great pick. That's my um honorable mention. There's a
Yeah,
lot of good ones. I
the other one I
mean,
would say, I mean,
if you go past 2002 or 2000 also, John Elway, you got Bo
Peyton,
Jackson, you got Troy Aikman, you
Manning,
know,
yeah.
there's a lot of really good. Keyshawn Johnson was a fucking first overall.
Yep.
Damn.
You forget where some of these people are. And then you look at like Keyjana Carter. Who the fuck is Keyjana Carter?
I know that was my birth year to the
Yeah, what
Bengals,
the
a running back.
fuck?
I think
And
they were
then
just,
Troy
yeah.
Aikman, Bo Jackson, Bruce Smith. Like we just went off for 4 years, and then
Yeah.
it's built like who?
Elway.
Yeah, Earl Campbell, and then it's some of these fucking people. I have no idea. It's just interesting. That's it.
Yeah, I mean, it just
R.I.P. OJ.
goes to prove that it's a fucking
Doesn't matter
crapshoot.
where.
It's
Yeah.
still even the number one overall pick is a crapshoot. Fucking, you could pick someone in like the Bills did in '69, and they could end up murdering someone and going to jail. O.J. Simpson.
Shout
Um,
out.
Shout out. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That's kind of fun.
That's
That's kind of cool
that.
just to look at all those. Cool. Okay. So let's wrap this up by
Okay.
reviewing some
New
unis.
new unis.
So go to Broncos Instagram. We're gonna look at the
Yeah,
Broncos. Broncos had new uniforms. Um,
the best uniforms I've ever seen in my entire life. I'm just putting
yeah,
that out
shut
there.
up. So I'm looking at like the second most recent. posts. It shows basically all of them for you. So, what are your original like first thoughts right out of the gate on the new Broncos uniforms?
You want me to go first?
Yeah, just give me your raw reaction. Suck.
I don't like them.
Yeah,
I'm a throwback fan just because of like it's a throwback, but
classics.
the yeah, and I understand the idea of what they're trying to throw out there. I have questions for you because I don't understand some of the, like what's with the is it perforation? Am I saying that word correctly?
The
Why is that like
perforated numbers and stuff.
that's is that a new thing? I'm
Yep.
seeing that everywhere now.
Yep, that's new. I mean, for them, I think I remember reading that the reason they did it was because um it shows like a sunset or it's like the gradient of it's like there's more towards the bottom and then it gets more sparse as you go up the number.
Okay.
Um I mean, I'll just tell you what I think of these. I think
There's too
they're
many though. That's the last thing I was gonna say. There's too many different combos. They have like
yeah,
11
and
different
they gotta
combos you can do.
fucking
That's too
there's
much.
nine. Yeah. So it's like you just gotta commit. You should have like maybe I would say six max. That's the most I ever made on my uniforms. Six
Way too much. Yeah.
maximum. But you wear like three or four pretty regularly, and then those other three, two or three are just like twice a year or something. It's like a color rush or something like that. So these to me, I don't know if I like the matte helmet, the blue matte helmet, because it makes I mean the uniforms themselves just make me think UFL or XFL,
This one
B League,
makes me look like a child put that together. Like it's the
which the
white
blue and
helmet
the
with the
white, blue
blue and
and
the
orange.
orange.
Yeah.
It's like we're just gonna throw colors on this guy. Let's see what
Yeah.
it looks like.
It doesn't
They
I'm
just
not a big fan of the white helmet with the blues. I don't know why. I would prefer that all just blue. I don't
I
know if
think
I
they
like that white
suck.
helmet.
I
They
did
just
not
look like
hate
an
or love
XFL
their old
team.
ones. Yeah, they do.
I didn't like the old ones. They were
I
stuck
didn't
in
ha-
the 90s.
I know
They
I
were
didn't hate them.
aged.
I didn't love them
I
though.
didn't
I
think you
think
needed
they
to do
needed
too
something
much
new.
though. I didn't like the big
Right.
stripe from the armpit all the way connecting into the, you know, legs, but I get, they want some mountains on the shoulders. They're doing some stripes on the I don't care. That's all fine on the pants and the shoulders. It's the 1520 on the forehead. They're just like hitting the nail.
5280. Yeah.
What did I say?
You said 1520. It's 5280.
Yeah, I don't know
What the
what I'm doing.
fuck?
I'm having a stroke.
I'm watching the Celtic
5280.
game and paying attention at the same time.
5280. Yeah. I don't know. It's just hitting the nail on the head like too much. And they just look the the orange looks matte. Even the pants and the jersey orange looks matte colored to me. And the helmet looks matte. It just looks kind of cheap and fake.
I agree.
They're
There's a
not the
difference between
worst
new
ones.
uniforms and new changes like the Bengals where it
Yeah,
can
you can
smooth
right.
look good. This is like
Small, a
trying
little
too
bit goes
hard.
a long way. And
Yeah,
I
this
think
is
they just
trying too much.
totally appalled the whole thing. And I'm like, that's just a little too much. So I will have to see it in person, but that's my first, like,
On
that's the
yeah,
judgment right out of the gate.
that should be said. On the field is different.
Yep.
How it's worn and what, that can be a different look, but looking at it now, I don't think so. Who's next?
Next up, Detroit Lions.
Okay.
First thoughts on the Lions. They basically are going a little bit more, they're like grabbing onto their Barry Sanders years, a little
Mm-hmm.
more old school look with the
Yeah, with the
blue, like they got the blue
blues.
face mask again.
I like the blue
Um,
face mask.
the
Is the
blue, the
color blue
Honolulu,
different?
I was gonna say the Honolulu blue is a little different. Like the Calvin Johnson era was a little more like a little darker, a
Yeah,
little
this looks a little
more,
lighter.
chromy. This one looks a little more lighter matte finish again.
I'm gonna be
Um,
honest. I don't. I'm not. This one doesn't really do anything for me.
yeah,
What
so
I got? What
this is
else?
what I'm looking at here, okay?
Yeah, I got this picture. I got all six of them. I
Yeah.
don't. I like the black idea because I like black uniforms. The blue
Yeah.
helmet's nice. I think it's weird not having stripes, like you said, on the pants. I think that is weird.
That's my basically
It's
my only
very
gripe with
odd.
these. You can do the blue face mask. I liked the silver face mask. I think it's just cleaner. The blue is fine. The new stripes are different too. I think it's fine because it's different. No other team has that. So I think whatever. Um,
They also have to.
on the blue and silver, the blue shirt, silver pants, the
Hmm.
pants have the stripe. You see that?
Yeah, yeah.
So
I know it
why
doesn't make
the
sense.
black ones don't and the blue pants don't have the stripes? So why
The
can you do
white.
stripes on there, but you can't do it on the white, blue, or black pants?
Yeah.
They're purposely doing that. I don't get it.
Is that
It
a
would look so
retro? Is
much
that a
better.
throwback? Is that what it is?
No, I don't know. No, I think that's their like primary home.
I just,
I
I
don't
don't
know. It
mind
just doesn't
these.
make sense. They're okay. They're
Yeah,
fine.
I think you got to be careful though, turning like you don't want to look too much like the Panthers because the Panthers do the
Right.
black and the silver and the blue.
When Matt Stafford was with them, they had the black face mask and they had like the black stripes. Like they
Mm-hmm.
incorporated black in the logo even. I'm like, you're just the Panthers 2.0.
But I think the
They
black is
don't
pretty
have
well
black in
done.
their logo. So I just hate when teams do that. They're like, "Oh, we're just going to have black because black is cool." And not everyone needs a black uniform, I think. These are actually pretty cool. I just don't they just don't they're not lion. They're not the Lions to me. The
Yeah,
helmet
it's a
looks
little
good. If
different.
that was your brand from the beginning, we're black and Honolulu blue, that's different. Then that'd be sick. That'd be awesome. It's just not their brand, but I mean, it looks cool. I like the blue helmet with the black. It pops, and I fucking love the all black with the different color helmet. You know that. So these are, not the worst out of the new ones that we've had. I can nitpick all day, but they're pretty decent.
I would agree. What's next?
Okay, so
Houston?
Jets, Jets, Jets,
Oh, Jets.
Jets. It's Jets and then Houston. Those are the only ones I think that I have new ones. Jets. What do you
I
think?
honestly didn't. I didn't fucking. I was like, remember I sent you? I was like, what the fuck's different? I
Yeah,
was like, what do we? I was like, what did we
yeah.
change? I know the what's it called changed, but I was like,
I mean, if you look, these are the old ones, like Zach
yeah. I was
Wilson,
like,
seeing go away,
yeah,
thank you, but go away, you suck. Those are the old ones. Um, the old ones reminded me of a UFL team because they were trying to make it more futuristic and like hip and up to date, but the the ones that they're now their primaries, they were their old school ones. Like the one that Aaron ran out on 9/11 holding the flag, first game, tears his ACL, the all whites. Those are their all white uniforms, their new all white ones. So they're just basically using their old school uniforms, and those are now their new ones. I forgot to say this about the Broncos. I'm not a fan of the Broncos old school uniforms. They look like fucking Bobby Boucher on the, water boy
Water
jerseys.
boy.
They look like Boise State. They look like Blue Mountain State. They look like,
Gatorade.
yeah, they look like Blue Mountain State goats or whatever the hell they
Oh,
are.
fuck.
It's just the
I
colors
didn't think
don't do
about
it
that.
for me. Um, and just because it's retro doesn't mean it's cool. The stripes are eh. It's just the logo is cool. That's the only thing about those that I like. The
I
D
like
with the
him.
horse in there.
I
But
like him.
okay, back to the
Elway.
Jets.
I have
The
no thoughts
Jets,
on these.
these are
Nothing really
just
changed to me.
eh. They're
Yeah.
just eh. They're super simple, so I appreciate that. I hate the collar, how the collar is a different color. I think it looks stupid. Like especially with the green jerseys, you got the
Yeah,
white collar makes
I
it
don't
really
mind it
stick
as
out, and I
much
don't
with the
like that.
black because it
With the
doesn't
black
stick
because
out
it's
as much.
green. Yeah. So
Yeah.
if you can do that, that's fine. I hate that they have white pants with their green helmet and green jersey. You know that. It just looks like you gave up, you know. But whatever. They're fine. They're
I
such
think
a boring. It's just green. It's a cool green, but it's green and white. That's it. The logo is just super boring. It's such a boring franchise. If they didn't have Aaron Rodgers and all that drama, it would just be the most boring franchise. So
that's what they've been since fucking Joe Namath. So yeah.
exactly. So yeah, I mean, those are but I didn't really expect much from them, and that kind of leaked, so we kind of knew that that was going to happen anyways. All right, best for last, Houston. Houston Texans. What do you think of these bad boys?
So I have a couple comments and questions almost. So
I
I think
spent
the
a
new look,
lot of time looking at these because
I
you and
have
I went
not
back
looked
and
at them
forth.
a
And I'm like,
lot.
oh, the
Yeah,
more I
we were
look at them, the
talking
more, yeah.
the new logo I'm okay with. I've
The
decided.
H.
The H.
So
I'm okay with
it's
that.
not a new logo. It's just like an alternate one.
Yeah, or whatever you want to call it. Yes.
Yeah,
The jersey color, what the fuck is that? Is that like a slate gray on that one? What is that?
slate gray on the.
On the H one, what is that? What color is that?
No, it's still blue. It's the same blue, but they have like a light blue accent.
What?
Yeah,
Are you sure?
I'm very positive because they break it down. Like
That shit looks
I'm pretty
gray
sure
to
they
me.
break it down. No,
It looks
I'm
gray to me.
almost
That's why I was
100% sure.
confused. Because I was like,
You're
why
making
are we
me
going
question it though.
gray? Well, look at it, because I was like, what the fuck? Like, what are we
No,
doing?
those are definitely blue.
Right there they are, but what about that fucking picture? Look at the blue versus that. That looks gray to me.
I think
It
you got to
just
get
looks
your eyes
gray.
checked. Maybe
There,
it's a different one. I mean, the helmet has red speckles in it, so maybe the jersey has something like that in it that throws the blue off a little bit. But yeah, so they basically,
I don't know how I feel about moving to the light blue. That was my one thing on that. I
well,
like the
that's just
navy better.
Houston. That's a Houston, the city. It's probably in their like
Yeah,
flag or something.
I don't give a shit
Um,
about that.
so that's
I
probably why they
like
did that.
I
But
like the red, the new red, I'll
the red
say.
ones.
Yep, I like the new red.
So I
And
love that.
then
Let me talk about the red ones quick.
yeah,
I love
I was
that
gonna
they
say the
did
helmet too.
the helmet with the horns finally, because that's so easy. That's low hanging fruit.
Hmm.
That's the fucking Vikings where it had the horns on it. That's pretty cool. Theirs is coming right out of the face mask. That's easy. That's awesome. My problem is they have the horns right here, and then they have horns on their shoulders. So if you look at them from the side, it's two horns going two different ways. That is stupid to me.
Who cares?
That looks dumb. Look at it from the side. It looks stupid. It's a horn on your helmet going like this, and then a horn on your shoulder going like this. It does it. It should be a horn on your helmet, and then maybe like the logo on your shoulder. Because then look at the regular blues, the normal blues,
Yeah.
blue helmet, blue. So I don't like that they have. I wish they would have had the shoulder horns. You have the logo on your helmet, and then you have the shoulder horns, but they have, and then they have a logo on the hip of their pant too. So they have a logo on their helmet, the logo on their shoulder, then the logo on their hip. It's like boom, boom, boom. There's three of the same logo, like boom, 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 right there. You got to switch it up a little bit. You can keep the logo on the hip, logo on the helmet, but then put the horn like on the white ones. I like the white ones with the black or the blue pants. Logo on the helmet, horn on the shoulder, logo on the hip. That's fine. Switch it up. It's too
Look
much
at
of the same. I'm being very picky. These are sweet
you are.
uniforms, but that's what I
Look, I
do,
like
baby.
the reds are a lot on the eyes, but they're very cool. I like the white with the blue.
So my
Look at
question
the
is if they're
message I
gonna
just sent you though
wear on it.
on Instagram.
Okay, hold on.
The
Shit.
Will Anderson jersey, the picture of him, and then you scroll right to the blue ones. They look like different colors to me. That's where I'm getting that from.
Yeah, so the lighting in there is weird.
That's
Like look at
why
the
I thought
helmet too. Yeah, 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 yeah.
that's why it looks gray to me in
It
that picture.
is.
That's why
Yeah,
I was
that
confused.
looks weird.
Yeah, because I was like,
So
why do we have two colors for the one H change? I was like,
yeah.
that's kind of
So
stupid.
on that same thread, scroll, scroll, scroll until you get to the blue, blue, white.
Yeah, then you
Logo,
yes.
logo, logo. You see that with that guy like lined up as a receiver? It's too
Mhm.
much of the logo. You got to like switch it up a little bit. And the reds, I love the all reds, but I just don't like how it's the horns going the different ways. It's kind of stupid to me. At first, I'm like, why are the horns going forward on the shoulders? But then it's like if the bull is like head down, like charging at you. So I'm like, okay, I figured it out. But the helmet horns are going back now, and then the shoulder horns are going forward now. I'm like, it's
I
just
don't
kind
think
of
it
weird.
matters. I don't think
Kind of
it
weird.
matters to me.
I don't
I think
know. I think I'm being too
I think
picky,
these are
but
the best though.
easily the
I'll say
best.
that.
They're pretty cool uniforms, just all
With
together too.
Stroud too, it's a cool
Yeah.
thing to do.
Diggs has got some pretty cool looks too. So
You
that'll
get the
be fun to
swagger,
watch.
the players with swagger.
The drip, as that
So
one.
Rank,
Girl guys.
yeah, that she sucks. He wears long sleeves. His
Yeah,
drip is
his drip is so
crazy.
great. What?
Shout out that loser. What rank the four before we're done here?
I mean, obviously it's the Texans one. I'd say Lions two, Jets three, Broncos four.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
Yeah. I just want to see if the Texans will mix and match. Are they going to wear the white pants with their all red? I'm going to hate that. It'd be red, red, white. I'm going to fucking hate it.
I would do
Um,
red, white, red.
or red, blue,
Yeah.
red. That would be cool. Utilize your colors, man. I
I just
hate
think it
the white is such a cop out. You have colors for a reason. Use them.
and
It's
all red
cool.
is a
And
lot on the eyes.
it is. But one of the things I need to shout out to them too is I love that they white is an accent in a lot of these. So like the all reds, the number isn't white. It's blue with white accents. In their um in the blue ones they have white numbers, but that's fine. They got white pants too. But I mean they're really utilizing the colors. In their H-Town ones, they got red numbers.
Yeah.
There's almost no white. I don't even know if there is white on those uniforms. I can't see any. I think that's cool. You're utilizing your colors and it just pops. It's very aesthetic. I think you can use the H logo on the other ones too. If they want to do the fucking
It would be cool.
other logos, put the H logo on the hip or put the H logo on the shoulder. It's just something different. So you don't have the same bull skull, six times on somebody. But yeah, those are some new ones. I thought we were going to have more. Like the Packers were supposed to have new uniforms. There's a
Yeah, I
leak that
guess
it's
I
a
guess
white
they lied
helmet,
to
but
us. Yeah.
we'll see if we actually get a white helmet. That'd be sick.
Maybe
I
they'll
just hope
drop
that's
it
not
for the
all it is.
schedule. Maybe they'll
Yeah, I
drop it
mean,
for the
I think a lot
schedule.
of teams are, they had, it's all about marketing. Like these people are like, oh, we want to get this out now. So then when the draft comes, people are excited. They want to buy merch, whatever. Some people are
Yeah, but
like,
if
oh, we just had the draft and then things are going to die down and then we're going to drop this and then it's going to get people hyped up again and then things will drop down and then we
yeah,
got training camp starting. And, so you got to like find the waves in
the
the
pro
marketing.
shop was like all clearanced at Lambeau. So like
Yeah,
they're
I mean, they're just
definitely moving.
waiting to pounce on
Yeah.
us. Yeah. So it's all just a matter of time. Hopefully it'll be soon though, so we can see some more. I love seeing new stuff though. Rumors the Jaguars might be getting some soon. I don't know if it's this year or in the coming years, but God almighty, do they need a rehaul? That's Penn State uh NFL, but just
I
with a
love
logo
Penn
on the
State's.
fucking at least they have a logo on their helmet. God damn it. They need new uniforms like
They look
crazy,
like a
man.
prison team.
Yeah.
It's great.
Like, oh, what are our colors? Black, white, and teal. Cool. White pants, teal jerseys, black helmets. Do you want any stripes? No, no, no,
I
no.
just
What?
what I just think of
So stupid.
prison team and I think of like Jarvis Lavaris and Marvis Lamar or
Hmm.
whatever
Javaris and
that.
Lamar, Javarks and Lamar.
Dan
Donkey
Smith.
teeth.
Yeah. Yeah, the dolphin.
Man, that's
All
good shit.
right. Okay. I think
All
that's
right.
it.
Yeah, that was fun.
Next, we're done with NFL for a while then until schedule.
Yeah, NBA's picking up. My Bucks are still alive, man. Holy fucking shit.
Yeah, until game 6.
Who knows, man? Who knows? They didn't rule
Celtics
out
are up
Dame or Giannis, and I'm like,
20 right
you don't
now.
even bring them back. Holy shit. But I mean, if we win game six, we're at home for game seven, we can win this series. But if I just want us to lose if we're gonna lose, because it's like, why put all this time, money, and effort into this fucking stupid ass series just to have to go play the Knicks and watch Brunson put 50 up on us?
Yeah, light up Dame.
But
Dante.
Giannis plays really well at Madison Square Garden.
If he plays, he'll
Yeah,
get hurt
we'll see.
again.
Don't
All
fucking
right.
say that. Knock on wood.
It's part of his DNA now. It is. Okay. That's it.
All right.
Peace.
Yeah. See ya. Bye. Love you. Bye.